Very good evening to all of you guys. Am I audible, guys? You can raise up your hand. Guys, so thank you for joining this workshop. So today we have the workshop on the DevOps tool called the Docker. Like as per the feedback from the last workshop, we will taught you about the concept. Okay, like day by day, like every you can say the workshop, we will take the conceptual things. Okay, so before starting, let me introduce the company. So it's about the CoreXtech IT Services Private Limited. So it's an startup company founded in 2022, and we are serving various services in different domain. So mainly we are uh, providing the services in Linux infrastructure management. So we manage the infra, okay, both the cloud infra and the physical data center infras of our clients. Okay, we give the open source solutions to our clients. Okay, any type of software, any type of uh, website, e-commerce website, we give the deployment support. Okay, we also provide some AWS cloud services, okay, for deploying, managing the architectures, and scaling the applications and uh, many things related to the AWS cloud. We also provide some DevOps and automation services, like we give the scriptings with the DevOps tools. Okay, we automate the systems with the DevOps tools. Okay, we also provide the services in data analytics. Okay, give the insights from the past data of the client. Okay, so this is about the company. Okay, so let us move ahead to our topic. So who should attend this? So the one who are the freshers or a student, you are learning the things. Okay, so you can also enroll and know how the things are there, how the DevOps tools are actually work. Okay. And if you are an IT professional willing to know the DevOps tools and willing to learn the DevOps, you can also attend. And a non-IT person who wants to make their career into the DevOps, they can also join this workshop. Okay. So today we are going to see in this workshop all the introduction to Docker Hub. So what exactly the Docker Hub is? Okay, what is the benefit of it? What is the difference between the Docker and the Docker Hub? How we can create an account on Docker Hub? How we can log in? What are the methods to log in into the Docker Hub? We'll see. Okay, the login and logout both. Then public repo creation, we will see the image tags, image push, how we can pull the image, how we can delete the repo. Okay, so all these things we are going to see. Okay, so it's an introduction to Docker Hub. Okay, so what exactly the Docker Hub? What exactly the client? Okay, how we can pull, how we can build, how we can run, and what is the concept behind the registry and the images which you are building. So what exactly the difference between those components, client, Docker host, the registries, okay, and how it works? What is the difference between the container and the image? Okay, so these things we will discuss from a very foundational level. Okay, so that like if you are very new for the Docker, so you can also understand the whole concept behind the containerization. Okay, so I would like to invite my colleague Tushar. So he will continue and show you the introduction of Docker Hub, and he will continue the things. Okay,
Okay,
over to
thanks.
you. Yeah, thank you.
So let me share the screen. So if the screen is visible, you can raise your hand so that I can understand. Okay. Thank you. So first of all, we will take some understanding about the Docker and Docker Hub, Docker images and contributors. So you can see this image. Okay, this image is best image that can teach you all the things. So first of all, we are focusing onto the Docker registry. Okay. So Docker registry is basically where we have the Docker images. Okay. So if we want to create the container, so suppose if I want to create the Nginx container, so I will take the image and I will run the container. Okay, that is the basic. So first of all, suppose consider this is my local machine. Okay. And here, if I do Docker images, you can see I have something called httpd image. Okay. So now what I will do, I will run the container. Okay, running the container means there are two things. Okay. So let's go into some what we can say more basics. So basically, what is the container? So container is the environment. Okay. Container is the environment which is on your host machine. Okay. If this is my host machine, it is a one form of different environment. Okay. This environment have its own installed packages. Installed packages. Okay. In the simple word, we can say it have its own installed packages and which is separated from this host. Okay. Now, if we want to run the container, I am pronouncing run word. Okay. Run means it will do two things. It will first create container, okay, and change the state to running condition. Okay. There are a state which are like you can say stop state, exited state. Okay. So run means it will create the container and it will run the container. Okay. These are the steps. Now I will show you some uh, thing here. Okay. So this is my local machine. On this local machine, I have already httpd image. Okay. So how do you know this image is I have to choose? Okay. For that, you simply have to search on the internet like httpd or Apache. Okay. Apache Docker image. If you do this, it will give you images. Okay. This is the official image. And here you can see URL in the URL hub.docker.com. So this image is there in the registry. Hub.docker.com is the registry. And this is the official httpd image, Apache image. Apache is used for the web server. Okay, if you want to host particular website, you need to use this image. Okay, or you can say you have some different image which is Nginx also. Okay. But today we are taking the example of httpd Apache. Okay. Now I will show you some difference. Okay. And I will relate the image with the what I am going to say here. So currently there are two scenarios. So let's consider first the first scenario. So scenario one is if I have image present on my local machine. My local machine, or you can say simply machine. A machine refers to the what you can say host. It can be server. Okay, these are in the commercial language or professional language. You can say laptop, okay, or your desktop. Okay, all these things are same. Okay, you can say node. Okay, so if I have image present on, likewise I show you here is the httpd image which is present onto my local machine, and I check with the docker images command. Okay, So now if I have these images, so if I refer to this diagram we have, so if I run the container using HTTP image, what happens? It will use the images. Okay, this is the host. Okay, first thing first, this is the your host. Now, if I want to run the image from HTTP, so in my case, this HTTP is present here. So if I want to run, it will pick the image and run the container. Okay, so this is the scenario. But if I don't have this HTTP image present on my host, okay, this is my host. So I don't have. So what will happen? So it will first check here onto your local machine. After that, it will go to the your registry, which is docker.io or docker. And from there, it will pull the image. So I will run container and show you some differences. Okay, so for running container, we have docker run, or you can write docker container run and -it, okay, interactive if you want, and httpd. Okay, so the container is started. Okay, container is started. Docker ps. So let me check. You can see the container is stopped. Okay, if we want to run this container for all time, you can mention option D. Okay, it will detach into the background. So now again I am doing docker ps. So you can see here one more container is created 5 seconds ago. Okay, and status is up 4 seconds ago. So now this container is running. Here I can tell you one more thing. If you run the container, if you don't mention the name, okay, this is the image name. So any random name, here you can see any random name will get picked up. Okay, and you will have this ID to the container. Okay, these two things are there. But in case if we see our first scenario, we have HTTP image on our host. So in this case, you do not prompt anything. Directly container is created. Okay. In between, you do not have anything else. So let's see the second. We will take the snapshot of this so that okay, I'm just taking the snip in this container. So first scenario is we have image on our local host. So directly there is nothing prompted. Okay. Directly we can see our container is run. It did not give us information about that pulling image from somewhere else. Okay, and the new container is created. This one. Okay, and the timing you can see. Now we will see second option. Okay, second option, if we don't have image on our laptop, our local machine, image on local machine. If we don't have, so what will happen? So for that we need to remove the image. So docker images command will show you the image. Docker image rm-f and http. Now docker images. Now we don't have image. Okay. So in this case, let me check again. I will run one more container. So here you can see something. What it tells, unable to find image httpd latest local. Now it is pulling the image. What is the meaning of it? So let me take the screenshot. And take on the screenshot. So in this case, referring to our image, what happens? We deleted this, okay, this image from our host. Okay, now what we want to run the same container, HTTPD container. So we know this image is already available here because we pulled previously the same image from the Docker Hub only. Okay, so now if we run container again, it will pull the image. It will pull the image and spin new container. So this is the scenario, and that's why we can see here what it is telling: unable to find image HTTPD latest locally. So we don't have this image locally, and we need to pull it. So it is pulling from Docker Hub. So this is the catch. So now I think you understand what is the use case of this Docker Hub. So now we will understand some basics about the Docker Hub. Okay, as mentioned into the workshop points. So let me check that points. First of all, consider in this case we have already this image, official image available onto the Docker Hub. But what if we want to create our own image? So how we will proceed for that? So for that, first of all, we need to have our account. We need to create the account. So for that creation of account, you need one email ID. Okay. What is requirement? Requirement is we need email. Okay. Any email. So we will proceed for creation of the account onto the Docker Hub. So for that, simply search here Docker Hub. Sign up. I am creating the personal account. Email is required. So let me check for the email. You just enter email ID. I'm giving the username. This is the username. I'm entering the password. Okay. I am choosing my own password. Doing the sign up. So this is the procedure of creation of account. So once your account is created, let's try to sign in into the Docker. So for that, we will let me enter the password. So you can see here. So I am currently into the Docker Hub. Here you can see the username that we set. Okay, UAT12. Now we are done with creation of the account. We only needed one email ID. Okay, you can give any password and you will have your account. Now you log in into the Docker, okay, Docker account from the UI. Now what we will do, we will create the repo. Okay. Means if you want to push the image, you need to create the repo. So for that, we will proceed ahead. So now in the hub section, you have repos. So here you have option create a repo. So it is first time asking you verify your email address. So I am sending the verification email. Email verification is sent now. So let me approve this. You will get simple mail. In that mail, you will get one button where you have to click simply verify this email address. Now the email address is verified. Now refresh the page. Okay. Now I refresh the page. Let me try again. And click on the create repo. Okay, so now after verification, you have to create the repo. Okay, for that I am giving the name HTTP and creating the public repo. You simply create on the repo creation. Now repo is created. This is the repo you have. When you click on the repository, you will have uat12/http. So this is the repo we have. Now we will check what are the things we can do. So we created the account. Okay. Now this we can see. Okay. So first thing first, we created the account. We need the email ID. Okay. Then public repo creation. So this is done. We need the verification here. We verified. Okay. You will get one email onto the your mail ID. You just need to click on the verification button. We created the repo. Now, after that, what we will do? Simply we will log in into the Docker. So I will show you two methods of login. So Docker login. Okay. So Docker login for server. Okay, for any specific server. Is from the server side you are logging into the your Docker hub. So this is my local machine. Now, if I want to log in into the Docker hub for pushing the images, that's why I am going to log in. So here you have to, the first method is Docker login -u username. Here you can put your mail ID or you can put your username. Okay. So username is uat12. It is asking password. Okay, login is successful. Okay. This is the first method. Login is successful via method 1. Now we will see that the second one, like I told you, we can use firstly the username as well as we can use the mail ID also. But this is actually the method 1 only. Okay, here you can give the mail ID like xyz@example.com. Okay, so this is the one method only. Means either you can mention this username or your mail ID. So we will try the second also. So we are already logged. So what we can do? So we have option called Docker logout. Docker log out. Yes. So now we are logged out from the UAT account. What is this UAT12? So I will put the mail ID now. Docker login -u. Okay. And I am selecting the mail ID. Okay. The same one we get same. We can say interactive session. So with this way also, we done with the login. So I am selecting this for your reference. I will share this notes directly after the this workshop completes. So this is the first method only. Now we will proceed for the second method. So second method is so that we have to then log out Docker log. Now we are logged out from the Docker. Now we will again log in, but with the second method. Docker login, you can directly type. So now here is something you can see, one link is there. So depending upon your SSH client, it may be differ. Like you have to use this link anyway, like control enter in some of the clients. But here you simply, meaning is you have to copy this and paste it into the browser. So I am opening the link. Open link. Now link is open. Here you have something to enter, okay, which is one-time code. So where this is? So this is on your terminal, you can see. Okay, so in this one, come here, paste here, click on the continue. Okay, the same code it is showing. Now congratulations, you are all set. So let's check here. Let's wait for some time. Okay. So now login is successful. So this is the second way. So using both the way you can log in. Let me take the screenshot for that. It's a method 2. This is method 1. Method 1 with mail ID. And this is method 1 with username. Okay. So this is clear, I think. Docker login and Docker log. We created the repo. So let's come here. Yes, this is the repo. So if we want to create our image, so what we can do? So for that, we will take here the simplest way. So I want to create the image and push to the Docker for the testing purpose. So for that, I will implement some steps. I will create the simple Docker file. Docker file. Okay, let me explain what is the Docker file. This is the file where you have some instructions, and this will create the new image from the some base image. Okay. So these are the just instruction in the text file. Instruction inside text file. So in upcoming lectures, we will deep dive into the Docker file also. Okay. So for the creation of Docker file, just come here, mkdir, creating one directory, then d1, we change to the directory. Now I will use the Vim editor. Docker file. In the Docker file, this D should be capital. So I am using this parameter. Okay, from means if you want to use some base image, so you have to use this parameter. What is the name of the image? So image name is, you can search here. Okay, httpd, or you can say Apache Docker image. So this is the official image. So what I can do, let it load http. So I want the latest image. So what I can do, I will simply put docker.io/httpd. Okay, colon latest. If you want specific type, you can choose. Now I will use the simple instruction copy. What it will do, it will copy the file from our host to specific path. Okay. So how to understand what is the path and where to copy? So let me explain it. So I will first create one index.html file. Here I will simply put hello message. Okay. Now the file is created, but I don't know what is the path. Okay, where I have to put it. So what I'm talking about the path is like suppose if you want to run any website, if you want to run website, you need some web server. Okay, for that web server we use the HTTP. Okay, and this have something called document root. So meaning of this is, in the document root, if you put some file, okay, if you put some file in document root, so it will expose to external world. Okay, so I will show you how to do that also. So first of all, let's understand what is the document root. So this is the question mark for us, because someone else created the image and it have its own document root. So how to understand that? So for that, what I will do, I will run the container from the base image directory. Docker run -it and httpd, okay, and a bash. Okay, so I run the container and I enter inside the container. So you can see previously we are on tushar@node1, but currently we are on root @ this container ID. This is the container ID. Now you can see the path. Currently I am here. So let's do ls, and in the stdocs we have this index file. Okay, so we created the index file previously. Whatever the index file they have, it was getting exposed to the external world when this Apache is running. So it works, we generally get. Okay, now what we have to do, we have to put our file, index file, here in this location. So now we get to know that this is the document root. Okay, this is the document root. User local Apache to stdocs. Now what we can do, we can take this information. Okay, so now I exit from this container. Now we have our new Docker file. So here I can put this path, so that instead of that index.html file, I will have my own index.html. Now I put this path. Okay, so it will get copied. When this image will get filled, it will first use this image as the base image. Now it will create one more layer. In this layer, it will copy this index.html file from my current directory into the user local Apache to stdocs directory. So I will just save this Docker file. Now we are at the stage that we have Docker file. Okay. So we have Docker file. Now we can create the image. Okay, we have to create now image from our Docker file. So for that, we can, what we can do, let's see here. This is our repo. So if I want to push this image into particular repo, I need to mention path like this, UAT12 HTTP and some tag. Okay, this tag can be anything like 1.0, 1.2. Okay, or latest, anything you can mention, and use the command docker push if you want to push to this repo. So what we can do during the image build directly, we can tag the image with this name. Okay, let's pick this and utilize. So I have my file into my current location. Okay, so command is docker image build -t and the name of the image, which is uat12/http. Now I pick this and I am giving tag like 2.0. Okay, and I have my docker file inside the current directory. That's why I directly put the dot. And the default name is their docker file. If I have some customized name like docker file base or any other name, so in this case I will use -f and that file. Okay, it will mention that custom file. So we will build the image. Okay, this command is for building the image with this tag. -t means I have to mention this tag, and I will utilize docker file in my current directory. So we will now build the image. This image is built. So let's check. Okay, for checking there is a command docker images. So using docker images, you can see the name is uat12 this uat12 httpd and 2.0. So this is the image name we have, and this is the tag. Okay, whatever you can see here, tag name. Okay, you can see the same here. Okay, now I have this image on my local. Means if we go to refer to our diagram, so what is the case here? You created one image in this area. In this area, you created one image. Now you want to push this image to this registry, which is Docker Hub. Okay. Now how to do that? So we have image, but we have to push. So what is the provision? How to do that? For that, first of all, what is mandatory? We need to have what we can say Docker login. Okay. So after some time, if you don't use Docker login will not work properly. So you have to log out and log in. So we created the image, okay, with the same tag as registry. Now we created this particular image. Now we have to push. But before push, we need to log in. Okay, we need to log in, and then only we can push into the that registry. Now I am going docker logout and again login. Docker logout log. Okay. Now I will log in again. Docker login uat12. Okay, now login is successful. So I utilize the method 1. Now I want to push the image. So as per the suggestion, we need to use the docker push command, and we have to mention our image. So we will utilize the same. First see our images, docker images, and docker push and 2.0. Let's check, can we able to push into our docker? Yes. So you can see here, okay, so image is getting pushed to docker hub. You can see here the account docker.io uat12 and repo http. So this image is getting pushed. Okay, now let's check verify. Now you can't see anything here because this page is not refreshed. Now we will refresh this. Okay, if we refresh, we can able to see this image. Okay, you can see there is a tag 2.0. Okay, so we have UAT12 account in this HTTPD repo, and inside that we have this image tag 2.0. Okay, so let's see what are the remaining things. So we done with the account creation, Docker login and logout methods, and public repo creation, image tag, image push. Right, we done with that also. Refresh and check image. Okay, so this is needed because what we think sometimes even if we push the image, we are not able to see. So simple refresh is required. Okay, and pull the image. So I will show you one more thing. So if we run the container, now what we can do here, we can utilize the two things, like we can understand two things. So if we, what we can say, if we run the container, it will actually do pull of the image. It will pull image if not present. Second, it will create the container. And third, it will run the container. Okay, these are all steps it is doing. Okay, so if we want to separately, now we understand how to run the container. Now let's see how to pull the image only. So if I want to pull the image, I will use Docker pull, and this is the actual image in it. Okay, so actually we have that onto our local machine. First remove that our local machine. Docker image rm -f. So Docker pull. Okay, so what it is telling, if you don't mention the tag, okay, we actually push image with tag 2.2. But if you don't mention any tag, it will by default take the latest tag. Okay, so that's why we here not able to pull the image. So if we mention that tag also, let's check what will happen. Okay, so now some layers were already there, okay, and some of the things are getting pulled because we have HTTPD image, which is the base image. Okay, so that's why this message we are getting. So now we can check again Docker images. We pull the image. So this is the method to pull the images. Now let's see, check what is remaining. Okay, so now we will run the container using image that we created, our custom image. So image is UAT12 HTTPD and tag is 2.2. Let's run the image. Docker run -itd, and this is the image 2.0 and Docker ps UAT12 HTTPD 2.0. So this image is there, means this container is our latest one. Okay, so I have to check actually this onto my web. For that, I will run one more container and I will map the proof. What I am doing, I will give you simple summary here. Okay, so if this is my host, if this is my host, and if this is the container, okay, this is the container, So this is the Apache container. Okay, means it have HTTPD image running inside it, and when this HTTPD runs, by default it will utilize port number 80. That's why these have port number 80 enabled on this container. Okay, so if we want to access this from my this local environment, so what I have to do, I have to map this port with my local 80 or any another port. Okay, so if the 80 is busy, we can use another port, 81, 82. Let's see what we can do. So what will happen if you map this port? Okay, what we can say, this is called as mapping. Okay, we will map the port of our container to the host port so that we can access this website, whatever we have inside this container, onto our browser. Okay, so I will show you what is this. So for mapping that, we will use 80 and 80. So I think here you can see simply already there is one container and which is exposed onto the port number 80. So if we map again this port number 80, it will show you that port is busy. So let's check even if we observe that. Okay, so bind for this is failed, port is already allocated. Where it is allocated, here you can see. So what we can do, don't worry, we can utilize the another port. Okay. Now you can see we don't have any kind of error here. So if we want to check for what is inside my container, what is running inside my container, what I can do, I need to know the IP of my this host. Okay, IP of this host. So what I will do, IP colon port number 81. So if I search this into my browser, okay, because I am inside my local environment. If I search on this port and this IP, I will get the content inside that container, means what is running inside that container. So let's check that. So I have to first of all know what is the IP of my local machine. For that, I will run command IPA. So if I run IPA command, I can see here is the interface WL01. So it have IP 192.168.1.8. I will just select that. I will paste it here. And what port I exposed? 81. So I am giving the colon separated port number 81. So you can see here, I put hello inside my file. So that is now getting served onto the browser or that IP on port number 81. Okay. So I will show you that also. Okay. So this index.html file we copy into our container image. That's why we can see this hello, okay, onto our URL. Okay. This is my host IP and port number 81. So we previously had something called here we can see port 80 was also busy, means some container was running there. So let's check what is running there. Okay, you can put 80 or else you can simply put the IP, it will take the by default 84. Okay, so it is telling it works. Okay, this it was the default content, whatever inside that image. Okay, the base image. But in our custom image, we put some content which is hello. Okay. So that is, I think, covered. One more thing is remaining, which is now we want to clean up this all things from our Docker Hub. So for that, I am just coming into my Docker Hub account UAT12, and here, let me check. This is the repositories. This is the repo. Yes. Okay. CL. So if you want to delete any specific tag from your registry, what you can do, you can select that and you can click on the delete. Yes, it will get deleted. Okay. And if you want to delete this entire repo, in the repo section, okay, this is your repo. Inside the setting, there is an option which is called delete repo. To confirm deletion, type the name of your repo, which is http delete repo forever. So it is deleting. Okay, so that is all about today. So I think Sayed, you can continue further part. I'm just unsharing my screen and I will share that document with you, with all of you. Hello Sayed, are you there?
Yes, yes, I'm sharing my screen.
Okay. So you can continue. I'm just uploading the document and I will share that with all people.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So guys, as per the feedback, as of today's workshop, we have taken the conceptually. Okay. So I hope you guys understand the things today. Raise up your hand if you get the things, guys. Thank you for your feedbacks. So let us move ahead. So why these things are very, very important? So before the Docker, the IT infra was like directly in the server, direct to the machine, okay, not in the container. So after this container, you can see whatever you have seen, okay. We can make the containers, we can also make the copy of it, we can migrate it easily. As the migration part is very, very important in the IT field. So it is very, very critical if you migrate a website or an environment from one environment to another environment. Like maybe many of the migrations are done as from data center to the cloud, or maybe from a different cloud to a different cloud, or maybe different data center to a different data center. So it is very, very difficult to migrate to a direct bare metal machines or a direct machines, like direct virtual machines. If you deploy any software, if you deploy any website, so all the things you have to keep in mind. Whatever you have given, whatever the you can say the packages versions, whatever the things which is interdependent with each other, whatever the service are interdependent with each other, so you have to see all those things in a you can say direct deployments on the server. But with the container, you can directly migrate the whole container. Okay, it's like you are making a box and directly you're putting the box to another table or a cupboard. Okay, as whatever you have in your suitcase, you don't need to remember the thing, or you don't need to do some more configurations accordingly. Okay, so this is the, you can say, one of the very famous DevOps tools. So why the DevOps? So DevOps is actually the future. It has more and more job opportunities. Currently, it has more than 36,000 opportunities in the Naukri. Many like companies are coming to the cloud, coming to the container. Okay, so everyone is coming to the container, you can say, and it will fulfill the 80% of your skill gaps. And no company will lay off you if you know these tools, because it's an actual trending tools to cost optimize, to make the things easier, okay, smarter way, okay, and you can automate the things. So no company will lay off you. You can see many layoffs are like happening in the IT, but it is not like it doesn't have a job, or it doesn't like the company is going into the crisis. No, they just want to lay off the peoples who don't capable for the positions, who don't know the upcoming tools, upcoming technologies. That's why they are getting layoff, and new hirings are still going on. Okay, so it's no worried about the layoffs. You have to see why the layoffs are happening. It's just not just because of the AI, but because of the skill gap. People don't know the usage of the DevOps tools. That's why they get layoffed. Okay, I'm telling about the DevOps and cloud. Okay, so also it has the more salary hikes if you already like joined as a Linux engineer, cloud engineer, platform engineer, or maybe another job role. Okay, so if you know the DevOps tools, so you will get a good hike. Okay, if you switch your career into the DevOps. So these are the benefits. Okay, and these are the challenges for the freshers and the newly graduates, especially for the freshers and newly graduates. They don't get the opportunities, even though they think they have the knowledge. Maybe some of them have the knowledge, but they didn't get the opportunities. Like we have analyzed that, and we got a conclusion that two challenges they are facing. Just because of these two challenges, they are not getting their uh, desired job, you can say. So first thing is the fresher tag. Okay, the fresher itself is becoming a problem nowadays, and their resume and their like the profiles of Naukri and LinkedIn are also not good. That's why they are not getting the calls from the HR. Okay, HR will see your fresher tag and they will swipe right. Okay, they have the ATS. And second thing, the skill gap. Like even though if you maybe done some internship or maybe you are experienced one, but you are not like you stuck in a phase where you are doing the job but on a lower salaries, but you don't getting the opportunity to switch. Maybe you are giving the interviews, but you are not cracking the interview rounds. That's also a problem. So that's problem is because of the skill gap. Okay. So you don't know how the industry is using the DevOps. Okay. Like the limited understanding for the real world industry, like real world scenarios. They will ask you the scenario questions. Okay. If you're switching the jobs. And also for the freshers, so you must have to know how you can use these tools, what are the capabilities of these tools, how you can use it, what's your opinion, what's your thinking, what you can do with these things. If they give you a scenario-based question, you must have to answer in such a way that will be realistic and it's possible to do, so that they can think like you have a creative mind, you can manage, you can make, you can solve the problems. Okay, so these two challenges, if you fulfill, if you have a good skills, also if you remove the tag of fresher, you will always get the calls and you can able to crack the interview rounds as well. Okay. So what we are providing you, we are actually providing, we are actually bridging the gap between your skills, like whatever you have learned from the institute, maybe from your college curriculums, or maybe from the YouTube or anywhere else, with the industry's demand. So how the industry needs, what the industry needs, we will tell you, we will show you. Okay. According to that, we will provide you the training. So we have launched our live DevOps program. Okay. So we have the live training sessions, and the sessions will be in the evening time. Okay, so we have the live sessions on overall the DevOps, how exactly the DevOps is used in the industries. We will tell you from the scratch, like even though if you don't have the knowledge of any of the tool of DevOps, you can still enroll in this program. We will starting from the scratch. Okay, and you also get the recordings and study materials for the same. You will learn from an actual company. okay, who is actually doing the things, not from the institutes. Okay, so there is a huge difference between like teaching from a institute teacher and a industry industry trainer. Okay, additionally, we are also giving you the internship. So your fresher tag will also get removed from this internship, and we will also do the internship task and projects into it. Okay, and you will also get a 100 plus DevOps AI prompt PDF. So of course, you have to adapt the AI tools and you have to use it for your day-to-day task. Okay, you will also get the ultimate cheat sheet. Whenever you have your interviews, you can refer that. And interview preparations will be also get provided, and a resume building, like what thing you have to mention in the resume. Okay, what thing you have to mention in the resume, how you can make your resume good, how you can explain what you have done in the CoreXtech. Okay, what type of projects you have done. Maybe some of like some people have done the projects, but they don't know how to explain those type of projects, you can say, what those type of like projects or your roles and responsibility, you're not like telling in a proper way. Maybe you know, but you are not telling in a proper way. So we will fulfill this in the interview preparations. Okay, we will take the mock interviews, and we will also tell you some tricks and strategies to apply for the jobs. Okay, and a proper DevOps roadmap we will provide you, like how you have to go, and 12 months of job assistancy will be also provided from our side. Okay, this whole is the content what we are providing you. So we are providing you the whole overall Linux, the AWS cloud, Docker we will tell you from the scratch. So all things will be starting from the scratch, like introduction of cloud, introduction of the Linux, what is the operating system. Okay, then we will see networkings also, which is very, very important. Many people don't know the concepts behind the networkings. Like if I, like many times I ask the question to the students about if like I can SSH to one instance to the second instance with the private IP on the same VPC, they will answer no. But because they don't have a clarity with the networking. Okay, maybe they know some little bit things like private IP, public IP, so they will think it is a private IP, how it will be work. But it also has some more concepts behind the scene. Okay, so networking and DNS will be covered, how exactly these things are there, how the network works, what are the private IP, public IP, what is the CIDR, how the IPs are divided, how the network will work, what is a NAT, what's your router, how the network is coming to your laptop. So these things like what is the domain name system, what is the DNS record, a record, and the remaining records. Okay, we'll discuss all those things. Then we will see the Jenkins, not only for CI/CD, but also for the automations. Okay, Jenkins is a very vast concept, very vast tool. You can say you can do anything with the Jenkins. Then after we will cover the Git and GitHub, also the Git. Okay, LAMP implementation. We will tell you like how exactly we can implement a LAMP. LAMP is nothing but a Linux Apache MySQL and PHP, Python, Perl, whatever you can take the backend language. Then after the industrial Linux will be there. Okay, of course, industrial Linux is a very, very good thing to learn. If you know the industrial concepts with the Linux, you can easily handle any infra. Okay, Bash scripting will be also covered, which is one of the very good tool for the automations for your day-to-day task with the cron jobs. Then we will also see the Podman, the monitoring tool called Nagios, and many live projects we will create. Okay. What type of benefits you will get? You will get your training certificate. You will get internship in the CoreXtech. You will get your offer letter. You will get your experience letter, and you will also like you are learning from an actual industry, the actual trainers, and you will build industrial projects. Interview preparations, as I told you, we will cover, and the PDF for the AI prompts, ultimate cheat sheet, recordings and notes will be provided on a drive, and lifetime you can access those things. Okay, then you will also get a document about how to apply the tricks and the strategies. Okay, and the 12 months of job assistancy. So all these benefits you will get if you join this live program, which is going to start from the next week. Okay, so you will all, yeah, as I told you, you are getting the internship in CoreXtech. So 4 months of internship you will get, where we will discuss our past client projects. We will reveal the architectures. You will get your official company mail ID. Okay, and some UAT server access if needed for any deployments or anything else. Timings will be flexible. Okay, for the internship. Then we will replicate our past client projects. We will create the VPCs. We will create the setups of the server. Okay, multiple DevOps tools, how we can integrate those things. We will see, and you will also get a chance to involve in the active projects if your performance will be good, and you can you are working in a real world scenarios. Okay, guys, like it's not only the demo projects, it will be a real projects. Okay, if you do all these things in a proper way and learn the things one by one and prepare for the interviews, so the interviewer will definitely select you. They will know like you actually have done an project of a client. Okay, we can assure you these things. If you do the things in a very well manner, they will not get doubt in you like you have done or the things or not. They will actually happy with you like they got a good person. Okay, your internship will also get started parallelly within the 15 days of this program starts. Okay, what is the price? So it's a 4 months of DevOps live training. Okay, you only have to pay 2,374, where we will make 4 to 5 projects. Okay, 3, 4, 5. We will make a lot of projects. Okay, with the cloud also, and also with the DevOps tools, and also with, for the like some Linux projects. Okay, so internship opportunity you are getting. Okay, all these things you are getting only with just a 3,000 and sorry 2,374 rupees. Okay, so it's going to start from the October 2017. So enjoy your Diwali, and after the Diwali, we are going to start the new batch from 27th of October. Okay, and we are starting with the Linux and the cloud. Okay, so did anyone have any query or doubt? So they can ask. Okay, yes, yes, you can ask your queries if you have, guys. Yeah, Nitin, any doubt, guys? Yes, guys. For enrollment for this program, we have sended the link on the group, and also I am sending the brochure so you can see the whole content. Okay, so or if you have any doubt or query, so you can definitely ask. Okay, जो भी आपको query है आप पूछ सकते हो. and this is the browser for the DevOps.
Hello.
Yes.
So I just wanted to know one thing. Actually, I was working in non-IT, and I just
Okay.
wanted to make my career into IT.
Okay.
So if suppose I would select it in any way, so how we will justify that experience into non-IT to IT?
So, okay. So, can you tell me what non-IT, like, what's your uh, job profession? What's your role?
Before that, I'm working as a quality analysis since from 7 to 8 years, and I'm working in this one US insurance process. But
Okay.
in 8 to 9 years, nothing is happening. I'm not getting a good package, and growth is also not happening. For that reason, I just wanted to make my career into IT.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
see, like, if you have a lot of experience as a non-ID person, so
Uh,
it will make difficult you to achieve a good opportunity, but it's not like impossible. You can tell them like I want to switch into the IT. I have learned a lot of things, and like according to my experience, I had the experience of management. I have the experience how to deal with anything, like if any task will come. So I know how to
okay.
deal with those things. Okay,
Hmm.
and with these things they will ask you the technical questions. Okay, like if they want you to be hired in their company, so they will definitely ask you for technical, like they will test you as a technical person, like you are capable for the role or not. Okay, if you answer them the questions, so they will give you an offer.
Okay, okay. Actually, I'm working in a non-IT, and in my company, IT process is not there. So 6 months ago, I've done a SQL Linux. So behalf of SQL and Linux, I have given an interview 2 hours 3 times, and I had given a 5 to 6 interview, but nobody had select me.
But you like uh, okay, so you also got the interview call.
Yeah, I'm receiving an interview call also. Yesterday
And
also
that's
I've
the
given
main
an
benefit.
interview
Like,
for the
like,
Linux, for the Linux
okay,
Infosys, and
yeah,
I'm giving my interview from my side 100% well, but I don't know that why they are not selecting me.
okay. But
Yeah.
like, see, uh, the main benefit you are getting the interview calls. This is the
Yes,
very,
yes,
very important thing.
yes, yes. I'm getting.
Like, how to crack the interview, we will definitely help to you. How you can crack. We have a lot of questions that you can say.
Actually,
We
I'm
have a
just
lot of
thinking.
things.
Actually,
Yes.
I'm just thinking. Whatever the technical knowledge is there, whatever the technical language are there, that technical language they are just lacking me. I'm just thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So we will definitely give you an assurity that you can crack the interview round. Okay,
yeah.
after this
Actually,
program, if you do
what
very well,
happened?
yes,
Whatever they have taught me, and I'm learning everything. And whatever they have given me information, I'm using all the information. But sometimes they are just asking me out of box question answer, means like a practically question answer.
yeah.
Yeah. So in that scenario, I'm facing a problem.
So right now
Like
you are doing the job or you have resigned?
yes, I am on a notice period because my process is ramped down.
Okay. So
Yeah.
see, so you can join to the internship in CoreXtech.
Yeah. I want to
So
join
then,
it. Yeah.
yeah. So you can tell them like I have done the internship in CoreXtech ID services. So they will
Okay.
ask you questions about your experience, like what you have done.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that will be always beneficial for you. Like in that case, they will get a border, like you can say a content you got a lot of content to tell about yourself, to tell about what you have done in the Corex tech. So they will
Okay.
cross question you accordingly. Like if you said them like you have done so and so project, so they will ask you what you have done in this project, what type of like what's your roles and responsibility, and they will cross question you accordingly to know
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
you have
They
done
are
the
just asking a cross
you have
question.
done the project. Yeah, so you have done the project or not. Like
Okay, okay. I'm just trying from my my level base, but I don't know what is happening.
yeah, like you may got stuck in the scenario based question, and also maybe you have given some answers, but maybe those answers was not 100% correct.
Relevant answer means
Yeah,
sometimes
so
it
they will
happen.
maybe not 100% correct, but you
Yeah, yeah,
think
yeah.
that was a correct, but there will be some like questions which may you got confused or you
Yes,
answer
yes, it's
a
happening. Yeah,
different
it's
one.
happening. Yeah, yeah. Okay, I will enroll this one, and I am ready to transfer my career into IT.
Yeah, sure. Welcome to you,
Okay,
Nitin.
Nitin. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
Yeah.
anything is required, I will call you and I will take you help. Okay.
Yeah, definitely. You can
Yeah.
call to me, you can call to Tushar and any other trainer at any time.
Mhm. Yes, yes. Okay.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you.
you, sir.
Thank you. Yes, any other, anyone else have any type of query? Yes, guys. Or shall we stop here? Like, you will get this video on the YouTube. Okay, I will send the recordings on YouTube. Okay. So maybe you don't have any query. So we'll stop here, guys. So if you got any query, you can directly call to me. I'm giving my number in the chat box and also in the group. So anytime if you got any query regarding the program, so you can definitely call to us. And brochure is also send it to you on the group. Okay. So make sure to take your decision as soon as possible and grab this opportunity.